Boy, I'm like that bad penny that just keeps coming back, ain't I? I am really sorry, but of course, I went over to Devoted Patriots, Shannon's page, and I normally don't come to the Gateway Pundit for, news and such because it pretty much tells, I agree with 90% of the stuff, or their opinion, I should say. So I try to go to other left wing media outlets to try to, because this is what everybody else looks at. But here, it's just, I just find it amusing. So it's spreading, F Joe, Pedo Joe chants break out across the country. I have to see this, and I want to share this with you just because, well, maybe you just need a little pick me up. Best part of the Geo and the Guns concert. Yeah, this is not for kids, guys. You hear that? Okay, so then, and another F Pedo Joe chant in liberal Austin, of all places. That's interesting. Another one this weekend when the crowd is chanting F Joe Biden on the way to the stadium. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that was kind of cool. Okay, so that just made my day. So America is waking up. So it's coming. The truth is on its way. Hopefully people can handle it. If not, you may be needed to be a shoulder and inspiration to someone struggling with what's really going on and the truth about it. So Peter Joe was all smiles as he cracked jokes and took selfies with union members in Newcastle, Delaware on Monday. That's today. Marked the Labor Day by delivering capriotti sandwiches to union members. So visiting an IBEW hall in Newcastle, Delaware to mark Labor Day, he brought some capriotti sandwiches and is now greeting union members. Now, you do know his wife is Sicilian, and oh yeah, the union members after he took the pipeline. What the hell, dude? Really? Psh, psh, psh. Anyhow, meanwhile, Americans are being held hostage in Afghanistan. As reported earlier, the Taliban is holding 6 planes filled with Americans and Afghan SIVs hostage in northern Afghanistan. The planes cannot take off unless the Taliban clears them, which can easily be handled with a telephone call. Our heroes and the people they rescued are sitting ducks hostage of the Taliban, who operate the airport at Mazar-i-Sharif. I don't know if I said that right, sorry. The State Department is not helping these Americans who are at the mercy of the Taliban, and Dementia Joe is more interested in acting like a celebrity than a commander-in-chief. He took selfies with union members and even spoke to one of the mothers over the phone. What a disgrace. And that's from The Hill. Just guys, he's Dementia Joe is all I can say about that one. So here we have the rabbi leads interfaith effort to rescue Afghans. Look at this little baby, Mr. Ryan Morrow. Please help me and my family stuck in Kabul. Our lives are in danger. What? I'm sorry, does Pedo Joe not see this? Oh, or is he not able to grasp that child, and that's why it's not a big interest to him? The September 3rd, millions of Afghans who fear the Taliban have unexpectedly allied working around the clock to help them. An Orthodox rabbi in the U.S., Rabbi Richard Green, is the CEO of the Clarion Project, a nonprofit educational group that monitors and combats extremist threats. When the Taliban took over Afghanistan, Rabbi Green and the Clarion Project's intelligence director, Ryan Mauro, I don't know, a Christian, were deluged with messages from Afghans seeking rescue. They reached out to Mauro initially because his vocal support for the Afghan resistance fighting in the Taliban. Others involved in the evacuation effort knew of the Clarion's project data collection ability and requested help to collect and organize the data they were receiving within days. Clarion's database of Afghans grew to 6,000 and now stands at 15,000 people. But he didn't leave anybody behind. He didn't leave anyone behind. Do you remember that? You remember seeing that? You remember the claim? They can leave if they want. Obviously, they can't. I'm sorry, I don't mean to do this, but this bugs the crap out of me. This is why I don't report on this shit because it bothers me because I don't know that political area. That is not where my understanding and anyways, it's just bad. That's sad. You have a creeper in chief, a squatter in the White House who claims we will not tolerate violence against those seeking to obtain or provide reproductive health services. Okay, we will not seek violence, but yet you're going to allow them to kill unborn children. This guy's a sick. U.S. volunteer who witnessed Kabul airport bombing, ISIS-K and Taliban are the exact same organization. Wow. He is prioritizing his vacation over the lives of American citizens. Harshberger called for Biden's impeachment. What is this? On Labor Day, Tennessee Rep. Diana Harshberger of Tennessee joined Fox News Channel to discuss the ongoing evacuation crisis in Afghanistan. Harshberger is the latest Republican to call for Pedo Joe's impeachment over the catastrophic, surrender in Afghanistan to the Taliban barbarians. Rep. Diana Harshberger it's a travesty of the worst kind. He's prioritizing his vacation over the lives of American citizens. He's kept his promises to the Taliban and he's breaking his promises to Americans to get them out. And God only knows what will happen to them if they can't get out. This is an inept administration. Don't ever say it can't get worse because every time someone says that, things happen and it gets worse. Where did she come from? What a much needed reality check. Huh. And this is on the Gateway Pundit. I find that interesting. So let me just show you. This is the schedule. So let's go to Friday. The official schedule, 9 a.m. Receives a brief. Out of town pool call game. Intel pool call game, 10 a.m. So when is he done? Oh, this was a late night. Oh, wait, no. What is he doing? La Fourche, Louisiana. Oh, he went to Louisiana, I think, to see. That's right. If I'm not mistaken, he went there and there were workers. If it was, I was Ida, Louisiana or New Orleans. I don't know. Yeah, that's in Louisiana, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, to see the damage that was caused, and he supposedly was due to arrive. So that was on Friday. So, but here we have Saturday. Out of town pool ball. He starts the day at 10 a.m. ends the day at 7. That's my late night schedule, 10 to 7. Today, 10 a.m. and he was done by 6. Wow. So yeah, he's really not doing a whole heck of a lot. All righty, let's go back, see what else they're talking about. So, Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs tries to cheat again. Easy AZ Civic Action Group finds 170 issues with her election. Holy shibble. She released the Arizona 2021 Election Procedures Manual draft for public review and comments last month. And a civic action group based in Phoenix, Arizona, organized volunteers to review the new manual. And they found over 170 issues, and it looks like radical leftist Katie Hobbs may even be violating election integrity statutes with her new procedures. So the Easy AZ called Arizona voters to action with this message. Submit public comment to Secretary Hobbs on the draft election manual. Shibble, wibble, wibble. Review. So that, oh my, and here, page 29. The problem, neither the manual nor the statute require a balance of volunteers from both parties. Page 38, true match is not a defined term, whereas soft match and hard match are defined. 43, the instructions provided are not quoting the statute and violate the 29-day books closed period in the statute. This section should be re-evaluated to align with the statute. The books closed period are necessary to validate voter registration changes to protect against. Yeah, the manual does not describe the requirement of process to determine a true match hasn't been found. There is also no requirement to send a letter to the next of kin. This should be added to the statute. Wow, these seem like some pretty important things. There is no timeline required for this SOS to comply with this section. The election manual should require a form and email address be made available on every recorder's website for easy access for a voter to remove themselves from the PEVL. The statement written notice is unclear. Is this by physical written notice and mail? Is it by an email? Is there a form online available? Wow! This section should describe the steps the voter can take if a ballot in their name has been cast, but it was not cast by them. There should be instructions to access resources to prevent that. There is no timeline identified for residency to update voter information. This seems to contradict with the 29-day books closed period. Wow, and that's just a little bit of what was wrong that they found. Senator Blumenthal blasts Pedo Joe admin over abandoning Americans in Afghanistan, furious at our government's delay and inaction. And I can't stand that guy. This guy, I just did not like him at all. Military commander over Al Udeid Air Base, Dona Qatar, have informed those seeking clearance to land that they must first go through the State Department to gain approval. An email reviewed by Fox News showed. State Department blocking private rescue flights from leaving Afghanistan, organizers say. Blood is on their hands. Dem at Senate with a scorching assessment of Biden's admin's handling of grounded flights. I have been deeply frustrated, even furious at our government's delay in action. My staff and I worked day and night to secure safe passage of 2 planes waiting in Mazar-e-Sharif to take American citizens, at-risk Afghan allies, and their families to safety. My office joined forces in this humanitarian mission with an incredible coalition of advocates, NGOs, former service members, journalists, to try and evacuate our fellow citizens and Afghan allies. I haven't yet spoken publicly about these efforts because we worried that heightened attention would only escalate tensions and put these people at even greater risk of being targeted. I've been deeply frustrated, even furious at our government's delay and inaction. There will be plenty of time to seek accountability for the inexcusable bureaucratic red tape that stranded so many of our Afghan allies. For now, my singular focus remains on getting these planes in the air and safely to our air base in Doha, where they have already been cleared to land. I expect the White House and State Department to do everything in their power, absolutely everything, to make this happen. These are American citizens and Afghans who risk everything for our country. We cannot leave them behind. Okay, so here's my question. So we've heard about Pedo Joe. So the Republican Daily has noticed it too. So while hostages are held in Afghanistan, Kamala Harris plans to campaign for Gavin Newsom. As reported yesterday by my colleague Nick Arama, there is more and more confirmation that we have a hostage situation unfolding in Afghanistan, with as many as 200, if not more, Americans that Pedo Joe abandoned being held against their will. Dementia Joe is vacationing in Delaware, but where is VP Camel Toe? So just from just the news, the vice president has been conspicuously absent lately from coverage and appearances pertaining to the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan, after having proudly proclaimed just from 4 months ago to have been the last person in the room with Pedo Joe as he decided to fully withdraw U.S. forces from Afghan. Kamala Harris's absence is especially puzzling given the recent drop off of confidence in the president. The generally even keeled Mike Pence was often trotted out to take questions as head of the coronavirus task force, especially after days of the more combative commander in chief duking it out with the press corps. The same, however, cannot be said of this vice president. Harris returned straight to D.C. from Vietnam after canceling a pre planned trip to California to campaign for the beleaguered Governor Gavin Newsom to stop the Republican recall. Well, apparently, this trip is back on as Matt Margolis from our sister site, PJ Media, tells us. It seems that the White House has now considers the tragedy in Afghan to be old news because Kamala is now confirmed to be heading to California on Wednesday, according to Simone Sanders, her senior advisor and spokeswoman. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is just absolutely. Ugh. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you, folks. I figured since they posted Pedo Joe's, they'd post hers. Um, so Kamala Harris remains unseen. Fox News hosts speculate the reason. Opinion. This article contains commentary which reflects the author's opinion. So remember, this is opinion, folks. So Harris has many wondering where she is as crisis and scandal surrounding the admin of Pedo Joe. The VP appears to be MIA. Lots of these acronyms, VP, MIA, as Americans stranded in Afghanistan and other Americans continue to recover from Hurricane Ida, just the news reported. The VP has been conspicuously absent lately. Yep, okay, we got that one from the last article. Whoop. If I'm Harris right now, I'm extremely offended because you have been used, co-host Will Kane said. They used you to pander to a voting base to get votes. They had a minority, they had a woman, and now they don't need her. They have shelved her because her approval rating is -19. He said Harris is a liability to the administration when she is on the scene, but when she was not a liability, but she was not a liability during the selection. Harris has a right to be very upset, the host said, but the Biden admin is a very tough position. Do we admit that we used her to get elected, or do we run her back out and hurt our numbers the way hers have plummeted? Shannon Bream noted that Harris's own presidential campaign was a disaster. She was a great fit for this ticket, the host said, but remember during the primaries, she never caught on fire. She wasn't great in the primary debates. She wasn't polling well. She couldn't raise money. So while she was a good fit on the ticket, whether she can be a good leader and manage things well is a totally different question. But host Greg Gutfield speculates that Harris is being kept safe so that she can be used when the time comes. And you know what that means. They're just waiting for the right time to break the glass and take her out, he said. We really don't know how bad she is, but Dems are going to assume it can't be any worse than this. Another reason Harris may be being kept behind the scenes is her abysmal poll numbers. Los Angeles magazines reported, with VP Harris coming up short in one favorability poll after another, including an NBC survey last week, which found she had the lowest rating since Al Gore in '93. Even the people who want to see her succeed worried that it just might not be doable. Wow, that's pretty sad. The LA Times spoke to voters in the Dem base bastion, Philadelphia, as well as the key swing area of Bucks County, which went for Biden Harris by a slim margin, with roughly 82% of voters casting ballots about the former senator from California. Blah, 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 blah. Detractors and fans said much the same thing, Stanley, that they don't see a lot of her. Peter Joe has stuck her with a miserable to-do list, and that racism and misogyny will remain formidable hurdles. New Hope and lawyers, here's until the Times that Harris would make a good president, but asked if she'd actually ever get elected. The job said absolutely not. I'd vote for her, but I don't think she can win, and I wouldn't vote for her in a primary. Well, that's stupid. Whatever. I wouldn't vote for her in a primary to give her numbers up and to boost her, but I would vote for her. Well, you know why she wouldn't win, right? Because it wasn't her turn. Got to take your turn. How long did Pedo Joe have to wait for his turn? Anywho, so let's get back to that. Is just ridiculously sad that he says that he hasn't left anyone behind. Mexican troops break up migrant caravan making its way to the border. Rick Clay on War Room. Biden State Department is preventing planes with Americans from leaving Afghan. Here's the airport video. I like to show you guys videos of stuff because sometimes it's hard to find. Look at this jackass here. Jackass. Can you see jackass? I'm sorry, this is not for children. Oh, that's on the phone. I was hoping they were going to show me the video of the airport. So that's it. All right, guys. So this is the Gateway Pundit for the day. Oh, this is. Do you remember I told you once? It's really about the children. It breaks down to it's all about the children. I don't want to even read this out loud. Out loud. Okay. Remember what I told you I found and I saw on Facebook and what Facebook allows in their so that's what is allowed on Facebook, this kind of stuff. So Gateway Pundit has previously reported that, yeah, they held a milk bath protest in 2015 in support of Planned Parenthood. 2015, 2017. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm just gonna, yeah, I can't help myself. I'm gonna get banned. I don't really care. I haven't already been banned for some of my posts earlier today. So I'm gonna post this on I'll post this link because pretty much it's everything from the GP. All right, guys, I'm gonna go because I gotta go. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Gotta go make dinner. Have a great day. Remember, be kind. Share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. You don't know the cross someone's bearing, and you just may lighten their day by giving them a smile. And you can definitely smile without that face diaper muzzle on your face. Gosh, I can't stand how I see. I went from Jackson County to Washtenaw County, where um, it seemed like it was half and half with the face diapers. And then I got to Wayne County where the reception was, and dear Lord have mercy, if it's like 2 to 1, so for every 3 cars, 2 had their freaking muzzles on in the car, even if they were alone. It's like, hello, not happening. I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. If there's anything else you'd like me to look into, just let me know. You know the email. You can either reach me here or up here at News with Nana or IMO. You got the email. So, guys, have a great day. Just remember to be kind, united. We need to stand united together. This is just, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And there are going to be things that are going to shock you to the core that you find out. Stuff like this right here, I've seen. I unfortunately had to deal with these people, a person from this group who had infiltrated my family, my daughter, had her head all wackadoodled. We need to unite because this is wrong. And you and I both know it. Like I said, things are going to shock people to the core because they don't believe it. If they don't see it with their own eyes, they don't believe it. And some things are coming out like this that are going to just shock people and be like, "Oh my gosh, really? Really?" And they have to see more of it because if they don't see it, they're not going to believe it. And that's okay. I get that. That's a mechanism you have for dealing with things. But the problem is once you see it for yourself, you have to realize that there's more. And it's not just at the surface level. It goes deep, very deep. And it intertwines with so many different agencies and it's creepy crazy how it happens. So just remember we need to be united. And for those people who are going to be shocked to the core, those of us, when we have to be that support group. So we need to put on our compassion, listening ears and be there to help for these people who are slowly waking up and seeing stuff like this and freaking the hell out. Like I said, when you know, you know. Um, so have a great day, folks. I'll be back tomorrow morning, hopefully, maybe, sort of, kind of. I don't know. Only time will tell, God willing. I can keep bringing you more if you like. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. And thank you. If not, it's not a big deal. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really matter. I just do this I'm just compelled by the Lord to try to wake you dumb effers up. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. This makes me angry and it puts me into a position where I am brought back to 2 years ago where I had to deal with this person on a regular basis and scared for the life and soul of my daughter and grandchild. And I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that the agencies that I contacted, every effing government agency, 3-letter of all things, did nothing. Okay. Have a great day, folks.